Welcome back, guys. So today I want to talk about a Kevin Costner movie that I just watched for the first time called Waterworld from 1995. This is one of those movies that I've always just heard people talk about, so I just wanted to see it just to say that I've seen it. And I do want to see more Kevin Costner movies because he's one of those actors that is a big actor, but I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. I've of course seen Field of Dreams, which is a great movie, but I haven't seen a lot of his other stuff, and I really do want to watch more of his. And I've got a couple DVDs that I have not seen. I have movies that I have not seen of his, like in like a box of movies I need to watch. So I do want to watch more of his, and I will eventually in this channel. But going into Waterworld, this movie from 1995, that I've heard people love and hate this movie, and this is a really, really complicated movie to talk about because it's so weird in how I feel about this movie, and I feel like a lot of people understand and feel the same way about this. But first, I'll get into something that I thought was really cool, even though it's a little visual thing. Whenever the Universal logo pops up, it shows the Universal logo, and then it zooms in, the Universal logo is right here, then it zooms in to the globe, and then just keeps going and going and going until you're in this spot in the movie. Like, that's really a cool visual thing. And I love how Universal does that with their logo, where like they can incorporate that into movies. Like, I think that's an awesome thing that they do in a lot of movies of theirs. Even though it's a little like visual thing, I think that's awesome. And I'm gonna get more into this. I'm going to be getting into more of this in terms of how I feel about this movie, but short and sweet. It's got cool ideas and visuals, but it's really boring. I understand where they're going for with it trying to be the story of a world after the polar ice caps have melted, so it's supposedly just a water world, like there's no land anywhere. And Kevin Costner's character, who has no name, is going through this world with these wacky characters that sometimes are there for a reason and sometimes they're just kind of gone for a reason. And it feels kind of like a water version of like Mad Max, the Road Warrior, because the way that like these guys on their water skis like go and fly around, or their little water bike things, they fly around in the water. Like, it reminds me of Mad Max, and in terms of like them being on big ships in the water, like feels just like Mad Max, but not in the water. Like if it was not in the water, like Mad Max. And these people remind me of Mad Max, like these characters, like Dennis Hopper's character, the villain, is really over the top in a way where like some of the villains in Mad Max are, but I didn't really care for Dennis Hopper in this movie, which is sad because Dennis Hopper is awesome. He's great in some movies, but he's really just forgettable in this one. There's a really strange scene with Dennis Hopper working on his like water car with his minions, and while it's doing that, it's got this weird music choice because it's got this espionage, spy espionage music, which is a very famous piece of music, but I don't know where it came from. But if you hear this music, you will know this is where it came from. I mean, you will know this is from something else. And it's just so jarring in why they put that in this movie. That music, it doesn't fit in this movie at all, in my opinion. So there's a lot of weird scenes like that. But there's also some scenes that honestly I really loved. Like, I sat there like, whoa. Like, even though there are moments in the movie where I'm shaking my head like, what is going on? There are moments in this movie where I just sat there like, wow, this is beautiful. Like, beautiful scenes. Like, there's a scene without any dialogue of like Kevin Costner's character teaching this little girl to swim, and it's genuinely moving and touching because of the score and the performances in that scene. And it teaches the little girl to swim while her guardian is in hesitation, like watching them, like she's got a look on her face like she's scared and worried and doesn't know what to do. But it's really, really effective, and it's dialogueless, and I love that. I love that it was dialogueless. And that moment was really genuinely moving, and the ending too. The last like 5 minutes of the movie. Like, I sat there like, wow, this is really, really moving and actually really great, because there's dialogue at the end of the movie, but it works in a way where you actually felt something, and I just didn't expect that, because a lot of the movie is trying to be basic. Like, it's this out-of-world character just in this world where, like, he's going through all these weird characters and trying to get through the world to try to find something that I won't spoil, but he's trying to find something, and these two characters, the little girl and her guardian, come with him. So yeah, like, it's weird because there's a lot of weird, jarring moments in it, but, like, there's a lot of genuinely moving moments, and it's really weird, and the acting is good sometimes, and the acting is weird sometimes. Like, it's not bad, but it's just really strange, where I just sat there like, this felt like a studio movie, where, like, half of it was, like, they put in random shit, and then the other half was somebody trying to have a vision for something really wonderful, and this did have some very wonderful moments, but it just suffered from being so random and weird in a couple of moments, and it felt a lot like Mad Max but on water, and that to me took me out of it a little bit, because it's like Mad Max is way better. A lot of the Mad Max movies are way better than this, so I don't know, like, it's a really mixed bag, because there's some powerful things in this movie that I really love, but there were moments in this movie where I was just sitting there shaking my head like, are you serious? What is going on? Like Dennis Hopper's character. It's just weird. Everything that has him in it is kind of weird, because he's over the top in this world that the other people are over the top too, but, like, he feels more over the top. So this is a really mixed bag, but the things I really loved, I loved a lot. But the things I thought were weird were really weird. So overall, this is a weird mixed bag. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I did see it, because I did enjoy it for the most part. So that's all I could say about Waterworld. What did you guys think about this Kevin Costner movie from 1995? If you've seen it, tell me down below what you think about it, and thank you guys so much for watching.